when it comes to structure and no structure with the, say like under 13s, Div 1, Div 2 sides, how much structure should we be putting into the team compared to just letting them play footy in a sense?
Yeah, I think you got to assess what your team is like in terms of skill as well. I think that's, if they don't understand the structure, then there's no point having a structure there. Why not just teach them the basic skills, making sure they know how to tackle and pass, and the structure will come later on in an age. At that age, I think most of them just want to be on the field and play football and tackle each other. I don't think you need to be too fast, and again, my opinion only, I think the structure is, learn, because as they get older and they get into the junior reps, there is a little bit of structure in it. Your 50 SG balls, and there is a bit of structure in it, so they do have to understand it. But as they're such a young, I don't think it's so important. I think if you can get them catching the ball well, tackling, technique-wise, everything's so big in concussion these days. You got to teach them where to put their head right. If they can do that, very well at a young age, the risk of them getting concussed at an older age is not less. So for me, I work, I help a mate out with his 14s, and they don't get it. But he'll maybe when you talk about structure, you could say, okay, every tap, go to the near post and then play whatever, and that's all they need to know. So the front row knows he needs to get to the near post, and that's all, and the rest can be play free football or whatever it is. I wouldn't complicate it too much for them.
Catch and pass, tackle. If they can do that really well, like Mr. Scandala said before, they don't need 1,000 bits of structure. You don't have to prove to them that you're the smartest bloke in the world and all that sort of stuff. If you have their respect and they have your respect, and you work hard at gaining their respect. Respect doesn't mean you're the smartest football coach in the world. Respect is you greet them every day, you talk to them politely, they talk to you politely, and then we go out to play a game of rugby league and you're teaching them how to catch, pass and tackle. I think that's as hard as you need to do it, because the biggest mistake I made when I was young trying to take over coaching was to try and show everyone how much I knew, and all I showed them was that I'm a dickhead, really. Like, I'm trying to show them, because it's probably more a reflection of me, because I'm not confident in myself. So then I'm going, well, I can show you that I know everything about this, and I know everything about this, and I know everything about this, and I can show you this, and I can show you that. But then they go out and they can't put three things together, So at the end of the day, you've only got to try and get them to know things that they need to use in a football game, and then encourage them with what they're doing there. So take it easy on yourself. You're doing a great job. And I think that's the other thing. Keep giving them the confidence to keep getting better. You don't have to keep putting a fence around people and saying what you can't do. Open up the paddock and say what you can do. Go play footy, mate. Good on you. You are great. Yeah.
And as I said last year, at different times I went away from that and tried to overcoach and just like be serious, too serious. And that's when everything sort of fell apart, really. And all my junior coaches were really good in the fact that they actually taught us the skills of rugby league, and we spent a lot of time tackling, believe it or not, passing, evasive skills, all those little parts of the game, which I think, because I've been a junior coach too, I can coach my kids at different stages, and I think that gets glossed over on the bigger picture of the big plays and the block plays and the structure of the game. We certainly got taught how to tackle properly and how to pass properly, right back to how you hold the ball and how you pass it. This was in the early 70s, so I was very fortunate to get good coaching from a young age, which helped me with my career. And now certainly, I know Wayne, it's interesting the differences between Wayne Bennett and Craig Bellamy, who I believe have been two of our greatest coaches, and Tim Sheens for the last 30 years, and all three of them spend a lot of time on individual skills and developing as an individual more so than the team.
When I started my coaching journey, I started coaching in France. We were sort of semi-professional, part-time, similar to Queensland Cup. So you had a 2-hour window a couple of times a week, and you had to get everything sorted in that time. And a lot of things that Jimmy was talking about really resonated with me. I thought, knowledge was the most important thing when I first started coaching. You needed to be the smartest person in the room, needed to be the smartest person in your group. And I've learnt after a little while, when you sort of put your ego away, that that's not the most important. Knowledge is important, but I think one of the real themes coming through tonight is that your connection with the team, how you treat people, good people, and all those types of things are really important. The technical aspect is important, but it's not the most important. Understand that, okay? And again, the other theme that's sort of come through tonight, and I thoroughly believe this, the higher you go in our game, the less ability you need. You just need to be really, really, really good at your job. And our job is catching, passing, tackling, kicking. Okay, so if you can do those things exceptionally well, there's a good chance that you'll have a great career. So don't lose sight of the fact that the guys that you're coaching, the girls that you're coaching at the moment, you've just got to give them the good fundamentals. And the question a little bit earlier about structure or no structure, from my point of view, no structure, please. Okay, I'm going to go through some stuff here just for us to have a bit of thought-provoking stuff, but I get guys come to my level now and they say, no, I'm a left-sided centre. Because what do you want me to do when we run this block play or that block play? I don't know. I can't tell you where the hole's going to be. I don't know where the hole's going to be. You're going to have to find the hole yourself. So don't get bogged down on, we've got to have structure, we've got to have set pieces. There's an element of that somewhere along the line. It was great to hear Scando talk about that because, it's so important that the higher you go in our game, we need players that have really good fundamentals and fundamentals that hold up under pressure. Okay, so don't lose sight of that with your coaching.